Hi, welcome everybody to the video review of the Asus PadFone 2 from TechnoLost. Well, it took quite a long time to have this video review, but I was waiting for the Jelly Bean update, and finally we have not one but two Jelly Bean updates. So, shall see what's changed and what's not in this new update, and how does the Asus PadFone 2 behave as a mobile phone and as a pad phone. Well, I guess you should already seen what the dedicated focus on the multimedia capabilities and the one on the integration between the Asus PadFone 2 and its PadStation. Well, let's just recap a little bit the hardware of this Asus PadFone 2 and what are the main hardware advantages of this mobile phone. Well, we have first of all a very good CPU, which is the Qualcomm APQ 8064, which is a 1.5 GHz clocked quad-core CPU with a production service of 28 nanometers, which has the very good GPU, which is the Adreno 320. Then we have 2 GB of RAM. We have a beautiful 4.7 inches display, which is made by Sharp and is the IXO technology, which means that we have very less gap between the glass and the panel, because the touchscreen it's integrated inside the panel itself. So we have very short gap. The display does really pop up when using the mobile phone. Moreover, is one of the brightest display we have nowadays on the Android market. It's 550 nits. We have then what else? A very good connectivity. We have the LTE connectivity here with a 100 megabit per second in download speed and 15 megabit per second in upload speed. So these are the main hardware specs. I mean, just let me remind you, even the very good main camera sensor, which is a 13 megapixel backside illuminated sensor made by Sony. Well, these are the main characteristics of this Asus PadFone 2. Now let's see the interface. Here we have a very standard interface. It's completely right from the stock interface of Ice Cream Sandwich as well as Jelly Bean. I do remind you that here we have the second update of Jelly Bean, which is version 4.1.1. I mean the second update for this PadFone 2, not the second update of Jelly Bean in general, which is 4.1.2 of course. Then we have some new settings, some new updates made by Asus for this second Jelly Bean update, and in general for the Jelly Bean update itself. Well, starting from the notification panel, here we have this quick setting bar, which is quite good. We can, if we want, already remove the quick setting panel and have the classical notification panel from Jelly Bean. We have, of course, the brightness settings here. We have the shortcuts to go directly inside the Wi-Fi settings. We have, the audio visor settings, which is just deals with the external audio speaker, nothing dealing with the headphones or any kind of Bluetooth connectivity, audio connectivity. We have the shortcut for the settings. The new update of Jelly Bean introduced the possibility to decide what to insert into this quick settings panel and in which order. If we go directly inside the personalized Asus settings, and we choose here the quick settings, Asus quick settings, as you can see, we can choose what to insert inside the quick panel. When you choose something, let me tell you the order to choose any one of these settings. Just decide what are the order inside the quick settings panel. Then we have, of course, here many other settings like the fast boot up settings, which is something like the old kind of settings you can find inside, for instance, HTC, which just not let you shut down the mobile phone, but put in kind of hibernate mode, where the startup is really quick. Then we have dedicated settings, and this is after the Jelly Bean update. We have the dedicated settings for the MHL output. We can choose whether to enforce the MHL output or not, and to choose the resolution of the MHL output. So here, for instance, we can choose 1080p 30 frames per second, 1080p 24 frames per second. We have 720p 60 frames per second, and so on. Then what else? Oops. We have here we go. And we can even choose, for instance, what kind of action to take when we connect any kind of mouse to the Asus PadFone 2, for the right button or for the middle button. Then we have very nice settings made from Asus itself for the energy saving. We have here what is called smart energy saving. We can choose whether to select the optimized by Asus mode, which just disconnect, for instance, any kind of data connection when just switching off the screen, and automatically reconnect any kind of data connection when turning on the screen. Or we can just select to choose ourselves the dedicated settings for the reading books, watching video, listen to music, phone, contacts, Skype, while browsing web, or to select whether any kind of instant messaging app, whether it can use or not the data connection. So as you can see, we have very fine settings for the energy saving. Then we have many other you saw the audio wizard, which I told you about before, which is this panel which just let us choose what kind of audio profile to choose for the external speaker. But as I told you, it's a pity because it's just for the external speaker, not for the headphones or any kind of Bluetooth audio connection. And frankly speaking, besides a little bit more in volume, I didn't find any kind of difference between all this audio profile. Well, then we have other stuff, like I already show you the dedicated camera interface, which is very nice, and the Asus Studio for the gallery substitution. We can choose what to have while long pressing this multitasking soft touch button here. I choose the menu mode, but if going inside the Asus personalized settings, we can choose whether to have the menu mode or the screenshot mode for the long pressing of the multitasking menu. Then we have several other dedicated app made by Asus. Sorry, just let me close something here. We have, for instance, this up backup, which is something which reminds me a little bit of Titanium backup. Of course, here you cannot backup any kind of system application, but you can just backup third-party application. What is really nice is that you can choose whether to backup, whether to save the backup of these apps. So you can even choose an external USB pen drive, for instance, and then restore when you want. We have this app locker, which is quite useful to block the startup of dedicated apps. So you have to insert a password here that you choose at the start of the first time you start this app, and any app you decide to be protected by this app block will just need this password to start up. Then we have you already seen the Asus Studio. We have Audio Wizard. We have, of course, this block list, which is quite nice. This is proprietary by Asus, which is the way to completely block the calling on anyone you want. Then we have here the body bus. This was introduced with the latest Jelly Bean update, and it's just a social hub made for Facebook, Twitter, Blurk. Then we have here the dictionary and the instant dictionary. We have, of course, this is very nice, this is File Explorer, and this is one of the best File Explorer nowadays I could use on Android. And it's quite useful because it just lets you to even choose and move files between the USB pen drive and the internal memory, for instance. And then what else we have? Here we have the MyNet, which is the DLNA browser. We have My Library just to read ebook. We have Pinball, which is another kind of social hub. And we have the radio, of course, the mirror. This is very nice for the ladies. We have web storage, which is some kind of Dropbox made by Asus. Together with the PadFone 2, you get 50 gigabyte of space on web storage. And we have this kind of watch calendar, which is a very nice layout for the calendar appointment. So this is for what concerns the dedicated apps made by Asus. And now let's just see here what we have for the browser. This is very nice because although we have Jelly Bean, Asus very smartly decide not to remove the stock browser, which is, in my opinion, maybe the best browser actually on any Android device. And as you can see, the scrolling with the browser is extremely fast, so you don't have any kind of problem using this stock browser. This is an Italian newspaper site which is quite heavy, and as you can see, pinch zooming, it's really perfect. We don't have any kind of problem, and this is quite nice because we have, as you can see, the text reflow into the browser. You can even, of course, deselect it if you don't want it. Well, having the stock browser let us use the Flash plugin. Of course, we have to use the ICS Flash plugin, but there's no problem at all. We just have to here click to activate it. And as you can see, while using the Flash plugin, the scrolling remains really smooth and fast. No problem. Oops, sorry. No problem at all. Very nice. Even the I wrongly pressing the soft touch button here, and even the pinch to zoom, as you can see, although we have the Flash plugin enabled, it's really smooth and fast. So very nice job made from Asus for this standard stock browser. So let's just perform a quick recap of the pro and cons of this Asus PadFone 2. So the first pro may be that we have a PadStation together with a mobile phone. So just buying one, we have two things all together, which for someone could be useful, from some other maybe don't. One thing that I found really nice is that when I'm using my mobile phone together with a PadStation, I'm even using, if I want to recharge the Asus PadFone 2 while into the PadStation. This can be really useful because when you use your mobile phone as a tablet, in the meanwhile you're just recharging even the mobile phone. Then what else? We have the USB host connectivity. And together with the new Jelly Bean update, we have finally the USB host connectivity into the mobile phone too. But maybe because the mobile phone doesn't give us so many milliampere hours, we cannot connect any kind of pen drive to the mobile phone. Just to give you a quick example, I have two pen drive, a 64 USB 3.0 pen drive and a 16 2.0 USB pen drive. I'm capable of connecting the 16 GB pen drive both to the mobile phone and to the PadFone station, whereas the 64 GB pen drive I can just connect it to the PadFone station, that's all. One other pro which is very nice is while writing a message, for instance, here we have this very nice way of correcting the text, which is this kind of lens. Some of you may already know it because they use the iPhone or any kind of HTC device. This is a nice ad made by Asus. This was already present with the ICS previously. Then we have, what else? The battery here is very nice. Thanks to the energy saving mode I showed you before, I was even capable of reach to almost 2 days on one charge. So this is very nice. I mean, you have to use not that much the phone to be able to use it for 2 days on only one charge. Generally speaking, you get at least 1 day when you have heavy duty, and if you just have a medium usage of the phone, you can reach more than 1 day, 1 day and a half. So quite good. Then we have the screen. The screen is maybe one of the best pros of this phone because it's one of the nicest screen I could ever test on any kind of device, and I do even include iPhone 5, Galaxy Note 2, Galaxy S3, HTC One X, One X Plus, and so on. So I'm really looking forward to the new screen with the 1080p resolution, but nowadays this is one of the best screen I could ever use. Then we have what? We have some new stuff updated with the last Jelly Bean update. We had a little bug with Exchange while having ICS, and it was completely solved with the Jelly Bean upgrade. Generally speaking, the Jelly Bean update really adds some new power to this Asus PadFone 2, which was already a very good device indeed. Then let's speak about the cons. Well, we have what? Maybe the worst things with this device is dealing with the multimedia side. I mean, I already told you about the multimedia side in the dedicated focus. We have maybe, or better, we could have maybe a little bit less compression, while using the picture. This is, I mean, we have very good picture indeed. But having a 13 megapixel camera, I would have really loved to have the possibility to choose the compression settings for the image. This would have been really nice. And sadly, with the Jelly Bean upgrade, we don't have any kind of change in this area. Nevertheless, as I told you, we have a very good multimedia side. Don't get me wrong. This is a very nice phone for what concern still picture, and a wonderful phone for what concern the video recording capabilities. Then maybe another downside of this mobile phone is the headphone output. It's not quite high. It could be better. I mean, it's not low that you cannot listen to music, of course, but it's not that high as I would love. And moreover, using the integrated equalizer, it doesn't get any better. I mean, especially if, like me, you have very good headphones, you know, maybe it's better if you don't use at all the equalizer, because if you just try, for instance, to level up a little bit the bass side, they always get oversaturated, and it's not nice. I mean, it's not nice at all. So better to not to use the integrated equalizer. So maybe the last things for a person like me used to have iPad 3rd generation or Nexus 10, maybe I would have loved to have a better PadStation screen. I mean, the PadStation screen, sorry, it's quite good. It's an IPS display, it's a 1280 for 800 pixel resolution. It's very bright indeed, but it's just in line with the any other Android tablet. It's not a very excellent display like you could find, for instance, on the Nexus 10. So for what concerned the review of the Asus PadFone 2, that's all. Once more, thanks for watching and bye from TechnoLost.